Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. I'm going to bring you a story once again out of the great state of Texas. Now, this story you may think has nothing to do with Black Americans, but in some ways it does. So what you have to realize is you have allies and you have enemies. And sometimes the people you think are your allies are really your enemies, but we'll discuss that later in this video. But understand that your enemies, or people that you may think are your enemies or that we know are enemies, they study us to a T with a science and precision. This is why a lot of them can stay on our necks and we can't do anything about it, because they know exactly what we like. They know what we don't like. They know what'll make us happy. They know what'll keep us quiet, and they know what'll make us be in an uproar. They just study us. Like, you can have like videos that say like Brother Tariq Nasheed or Brother Philip Scott, people of, who have channels like those brothers. They'll tell you that there are people that are in the other communities, races, supremacists, however you want to describe them. They'll tell you that these people watch their channels, and they watch it, they watch it close. They watch them channels closely, trying to learn and see what these brothers are teaching, what kind of information they're giving to, Black Americans or Aboriginal Black Americans. They're watching so they can, to help them with their plans, with their battle plans against us. So then when things happen and we feel like people are being racist and we don't understand why people are treating us a certain way, well, it's because they're just, they're studying. But for some reason, we don't study other people. Don't know, you know what I'm saying? And Brother Philip Scott, he'll say that he goes to these like white supremacists or these racist social media accounts, and he'll sit there and listen. Or he'll sit there and watch and see what they're talking about and how they're talking about us. And then he'll come back and bring the message and, bring us knowledge. And a lot of us ain't really trying to say us. And a lot of y'all ain't really trying to listen to it. Y'all don't care about it because it has nothing to do with twerking or rap music or whatever the case, or whatever Real Housewives of Basketball in Hollywood, New York, whatever the heck it is. If it ain't got nothing to do with a bunch of mindless, senseless entertainment, a lot of our people ain't really cutting for it. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why a lot of us will never be more than what we are, never get past the levels that we at. When a lot of times, like this brother Muhammad said, I don't know, he's out of Houston, Derek Muhammad out of Houston, when he said, a black man is like a 7-foot guy, drowning in 4 feet of water. All they gotta do is stand up. But for some reason, a lot of our people refuse to stand up. And like I said, we refuse to listen to the pertinent information, the critical information that's going to help our people, come up, rise, be above the status that a lot of us are in. And I don't want to hear them about what we were kings and we Black Americans and they owe us reparations and all that. Yeah. That past tense stuff ain't got us nowhere now. We gotta look at the present and the future. What are we gonna do? What am I gonna do? What are you gonna do? You understand? We gotta get on code. That's one thing. We gotta study our enemies. You read, what's the book? Art of War, the 42 Laws of Power, all that stuff. You gotta read books that's gonna give you knowledge on how to play chess, to give you strategies on how to defeat your enemy when the time comes. But anyway, let me get into this story, and I will let you know. I will get into it, and you'll see why I picked this story to do. But it says, this is from News One. It's actually from WFAA in Dallas, but I came across this News One first. It said Mexican American quote unquote Karen. They use the word Karen. You know, that's, well, like I said, and that is in, like I said, off of WFAA. Mexican American Karen assaults Indian women on video during racist violent attack in Texas. Now I saw the actual video earlier before I saw this story. And I mean, when you see the woman's going off on these women, it don't really say why, but it's like late at night. I ain't think any woman be out late at night, that late at night. Their husbands them out that time of night by themselves. I didn't think that was their culture. I thought, women can't go nowhere without their husbands. And they sure the heck wouldn't be out late at night because, well, I guess these women probably they became Americanized. But anyway, saw the videos late at night, woman going off on them, being racist, and she's going off on the woman. Then she tried to snatch the phone. Then she hit the woman. Then she pulled out a gun, and they showed her picture and the license plate. I'm sorry, of the car that she was driving. They said, anybody know this woman? Let us know so we can file charges. We can call the police and press charges. Well, what this story tells, they found a woman. Anyway, the story goes, a self-described Mexican-American woman has gone viral after a video showed her confronting a group of 4 Indian women before punching and kicking at least one during an explicitive-laden, racist, and violent meltdown in a Texas parking lot. The quote-unquote Karen moment took place in the Dallas suburb of Plano after the Indian women ate dinner at a restaurant and resulted in some serious criminal charges, according to the local ABC News affiliate WFAA. Now, Plano, let me tell y'all something about these people. Indian. When they say Indian, they mean like, real Indian, like overseas Indian, mid Eastern, over there, India. Hell, it could have been from Egypt for all we know, but from across the waters, Indian. Plano, like I say, a suburb of Dallas. It's money in Plano. And over the last few years, the Indians that's coming from overseas, they have came over and set their mark, planted their feet 10 toes down in the Dallas area, especially in these suburbs like Plano, Allen, Richardson, Carrollton, and they have created communities, thriving communities. Now you might say, oh, well, they come over here to get these tax breaks, which they do, I mean, I know a guy who had like tire shops in Dallas and in the hood in Oak Cliff. And he said that, he was in the military overseas, and then the American military hired him to train troops. He came over here. They gave him like so many millions of dollars he made. They gave him tax breaks. So he just opened tire shops. Yes, I know it's unfair, but my point is, I mean, even like nurses, I know they get these tax breaks for like 5 years. They come from over there and they like running these hospitals. I mean, I know they like running like the VA of all hospitals, which is crazy in itself, but they get these tax breaks for like 5 years and then make this big money. So, I mean, yes, like I say, it's unfair. But again, my point is they've created these communities. And when I say communities, I know, let's say Carrollton. It used to be, before they turned into like George Bush Highway, it was like Trendy Mills Road, and I want to say Old Denton, I believe. And there's like a shopping center over there. Back in the day, it was just like a IHOP. I believe it was a Mervin's. It used to be like, it was a movie theater. They open and close, and maybe a couple little shops over there. Now you go over there, it is all, besides the IHOP, it's like all Indian shops over there. Even the bank, got like Indian writing on They got like a big spa center, big hotel over there. And so like I say, most of the businesses are ran by Indians. As a matter of fact, same thing in Dallas, off of I want to say Walnut Hill Road. If you're from Dallas, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, Google it. It's like a little ways down, same thing, same type of neighborhood, sitting over there. They done created it, and making money. But in Allen, and in Plano, that's where they live, and they have like these big houses. They have like neighborhoods where like their whole family got like 2-3 houses on one street, and these houses are like huge. Like at the time, let's say a few years ago, they're like $250,000 houses. Now they're probably worth like $500,000, at the minimum. And it'd be families, like I say, 2 or 3 families there in one neighborhood. So my point is, they created these communities. They have money, and so they have power. And if you know anything about the American government, the American economy, politics, we can sit here and vote and holler. We need to vote all we want to, but if we don't have money, if we don't have a community, a thriving community, and I guarantee you don't see a whole lot of crime in these communities. Let me just say that. So there's a code that they have. But if you don't have a thriving community that's on code, that has money, that sticks together, we'll never get nowhere in politics, period. I can end the story right there. But anyway, let's keep going. It was not immediately clear when the attack happened. However, Esmeralda Upton was arrested and charged with assault, bodily injury, and terroristic threats following her egregious display of racist and violent entitlement by someone whose rhetoric suggests she eagerly identifies with right-wing conservatives. She has been held on a $10,000 bond. You see, boy, I swear, see how TV1, they made this political like a sun gun. Well, I just can't read. I should have got this off of WFAA. Anyway, I might just put that story in the link besides this one, instead of this one. Rainey Banerjee told WFAA that she called the police after Upton confronted her and her friends in a parking lot as they were leaving the 60 Vines restaurant. Banerjee said she began recording footage that became part of a nearly 2.5-minute video that opens abruptly with the woman who speaks in an Indian accent asking Upton why she walked up to them. Quote, "I hate you effing Indians. That's why," Upton growls back. The video then cuts to Upton gesturing with her cell phone as if she's recording the group before continuing her anger-fueled anti-immigration racist rant. I bet she was drunk. I wouldn't have bet she was intoxicated or inebriated in some way, shape, or form. That's when Upton felt the need to point out that she was a Mexican American who was born here, all while mocking Indian accents. "I'm a Mexican American and I speak English," Upton insisted to Banerjee, who was also speaking English. "Everywhere I effing go, you Indians are everywhere," Upton snarled. The video then cuts to a wider angle in footage filmed by someone else that shows Upton walking up to and appearing to punch Banerjee in the head or face. "I'm Mexican," Upton said, "and I pay my effing way here." When one of the women asks why Upton would not only confront them but also assault them, she lashes out and tries to grab the cell phone, recording the racist antics. Failing her first attempt, Upton swiped at the phone again, appearing to be much more violent in nature than the initial try. "She's kicking me," the person filming said. As if that's not enough, Upton gestures in her purse as if she's reaching for a gun and threatened the life of the person recording. "Turn that goddamn phone off, or I swear to effing God, I'll shoot your ass." Watch the unfortunate turn of it. Let's see. Let me tell you, watch the video. Like I said, I'll put this in the link. Before Upton was charged, the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter. Now, this is the part that my people need to pay attention to. Before Upton was charged, the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, that's CARE DFW, called for her to be held legally accountable for her racism, that may qualify as a hate crime. The level of vitriol and alleged physical assault against 4 Indian American women in Plano is truly appalling, Faizan Saeed, executive director of CARE DFW, said in a statement on Thursday. This type of hate has no place in North Texas, and we call on law enforcement to investigate this incident as a hate crime. Let's say Nahila Morales, a Mexican-American board member of CARE DFW. Now, remember what CARE DFW is? Let's go back. The Council on American Islamic Relations. And they got a Mexican-American board member on the board. Said Upton brought shame on people of the same heritage. As a Mexican-American, I'm appalled that someone would dare use my people's name to spread hate, Morales said in a statement. As people of color, we need to stand together in solidarity to build bridges of love and understanding, not to bring each other down. To the women in the video, I want to say to you, don't speak. I want to say you don't speak for our community or me. Shame on you. I encourage you to learn about the shared culture between South Asians and Mexicans. This is a developing article that will be updated as additional information becomes available. Now, what do we take from this? They have organizations, again, money, community, constructive community, and they also have organizations that really are about what they talk about. Why do they do that? Again, these, like I said, these Indians, call them Indian Americans, I guess. Like I said, they got money, they got pull, they got power. They have more power than this Hispanic lady did. She can holler this whole race is I'm Mexican American, because she probably think, I'm sure when you look at the census and they ask what race she is, well, if you just look, it's gonna say white, gonna say Hispanic or Latino, but in ethnicity, but in the race, it's gonna say white. How do I know? I see it all the time. I was a census enumerator back in the day, and I worked in the medical field for the last damn near 7, 8, 9 years, maybe. That's what the census is going to say. That's what her race is going to be. But she probably feels she was entitled. She was empowered, which I ain't gonna say she has the right to feel that way, but I can understand because that's what the world will make her feel. You know what I'm saying? Empowered, entitled. Because, like I said, let the Biden administration say, they got more power and pull than Black Americans. Remember, he told us we got to learn to work with the Hispanics if we want to get somewhere in this country. We're like, what? We've been here for day one. What the hell are you talking about? We got to work with anybody else. We just can't work with ourselves and, get what we need done. Why we got to work with other people all the doggone time? We always work with other people. That's the reason why a lot of people got what they got, because of stuff we've done. But anywho, so like I said, they got them organizations that's actually fighting for them. And you have a Mexican American lady who said, hey, that woman does not speak for us. Got out on public TV. And it's going to be national TV because of the internet. On TV, in front of a press conference, saying this woman does not represent us. So, my question is, what can we learn from this? Again, we need to create true communities. Like I said, the Indians that came over here, more power to them. They have, whether they got help or got a leg up, they create a community. You really don't have to have a whole lot of money to create a constructive community. You just have to have people, again, who are on code. Shout out to the elder, Neely Fuller. He speaks about the code in his book. And it just basically says the code is where your loyalty lies. It don't lie with your race. It don't lie with your family or your friends. Your loyalty lies with the code. If everybody stays on code, then you're on a team. If you ain't on code, then you ain't on the team. So our problem is that we don't police or condemn or afraid to judge people that look like us when we do wrong. When our people steal from each other, when we out here killing each other. Yes, it does happen. I'm sorry. Yes, I know. You want to holler about the police doing it, but let's talk about us. We out here killing each other, stealing from each other, creating a bunch of baby daddies, baby mamas, drug addicts, rapping about the destruction of our community. Not just calling women out their name, but brothers talking about killing each other, selling drugs. When you selling drugs, you ain't selling to the white people, you ain't selling to the Indians, you ain't selling to the Mexicans, you're selling to your own people. Always talking about the guns you got, the money you got, the hands you got, all the B's and H's you got, the women who rapping more raunchy than the dudes. Basically, really about all they rap about. There's nothing constructive about that. Yes, in my younger days, I listened to that music. But that was in my younger days. And every now and then I may listen to the old music. But you know what the old music also had? There's a variety. You had music. One album would have music for the streets, music for the club, music for the girls, music for your boys, music for the church, music for your mama, all on one record. Positive music, gangster music, dance music. It'll all be on one album. But now everything is about one subject and one subject only: the destruction of the Black American community. And that's all they play on the radio. Music like that, you couldn't hear it until like after 10, 11 o'clock on Friday night on radio stations out here. Now it's played 24/7. Now you can get it on the internet all day. You can get it on YouTube, you can get it on Instagram, TikTok, or whatever. Seeing all these women. When you get on Instagram, the first thing you see on these shorts, Instagram shorts and reels, and Facebook shorts and reels, or whatever you call it, is a woman sitting there with her butt in your face, with her back turned to you, turned around, getting ready to do some kind of twerk. Every time. It's just there. And it's like, and it don't just be us, it be other nationalities too, but I'm just saying, that stuff, it desensitizes you after a while. But anyway, like I said, where I'm getting to is, where is our organizations that will condemn our people that don't do right? When the black girl, remember, quote unquote, attacked that white woman in the subway a couple of months back. I did a video on it, and I'm still, kind of leery of all the facts or whatever. But it is what it is. That young girls, it could be 100% true. Like I say, young people, man, they messing up nowadays. Like really, even the professionals. But when they attacked that white woman on the subway, or when R. Kelly get found guilty, and we've been knowing for years that he was doing what he was doing to young black girls. And I got a different take on R. Kelly too. I think I did a video about that why I kind of changed my mind. No, I don't think I did one. But I kind of changed my mind a little bit on R. Kelly. A little bit. But again, that's another video. What about when the young rapper out of Dallas was twerking in front of all these high school boys in Atlanta? Or even the music that's played 24/7 that's degrading about or rapping about the destruction of our community. Where is the NAACP? Where's the sororities and the fraternities? The Black National Caucus, the National Action Network with your boy Al Sharpton, or your Southern Baptists, or hell, even the Nation of Islam. I mean, they doing their thing and they doing stuff positive, and I can't knock them because they know how to build a community, but they won't talk bad about, and I ain't gonna say talk bad, but they won't condemn black folks for nothing publicly. And we'll say, that's to me, and to me that's about that no snitching. That's still part of no snitching. When something bad is happening, you won't say nothing. All you want to do is find the good in somebody. No, you can't. You can't do that and think things are going to get better. You just can't. It's impossible. It makes no sense. No other nationality, race, or group of people that you can think of does stuff like that. Do what we do, but we do it with pride. And it's getting us nowhere. My question is, why do we not hold us accountable for anything? We have got to get on the code of constructive ideals and actions and stick to it. We have to stop having, it's like right now, looking at this first 48 on TV, and brother got shot, probably would have gone in a drug deal or whatever. And what's gonna happen at the end of the story? The mama gonna say, "Oh, my son was a good boy. He was getting out of house. He was gonna go to school to be an electrician." All this kind of stuff. And I know, like I say, young kids gonna do what young kids do, but young kids also listen to the adults and people ahead of them, and they can only go by what they see. You know what I'm saying? What D.L. Hughes say? In order to be a man, you have to have seen a man. Or to be a woman, you have to have seen a woman. And a lot of these examples on either side just don't cut it. Just don't cut it for constructive community building. But I think the problem is, the reason why we don't condemn our own people is because a lot of these people are our families, and we don't want to let them go. But you have to understand, in order for a people to survive and thrive and build and become great again, we can't talk about the past and what we did in the past and how we built this and how we built that. We still should be building some shit right now. Period. But real talk, our loyalty should be the code, not family, not friends. If you own code with constructive, like I say, planning and constructive action, constructive community building, if you on code with that, then you part of the family. I saw this one little Instagram clip to say, blood don't make you family, it only make you related. That's it. Because family are people that take care of each other. Don't do each other wrong. Don't use each other. Don't lead each other down the wrong path. Family only gonna do what's right for you, and you're gonna do what's right for them. And I'm gonna leave this story because I've been on here long enough. Look at it like this. For all my Bible thumpers, those who claim they in the church and your grandma's praying for you, that's the only reason why you probably still living, because your grandma prayed herself to death. Hoping that, to keep you alive and out of harm's way. You gotta look at this like the story of Noah and the ark. Noah saw what was coming. Noah wanted to live. Noah could have been out there doing what everybody else is doing, with these idol gods and doing what the idol worshippers are doing and not following on code that the Most High had created for them. They wanted to create their own code. So the Most High said, hey, I'm finna do something they ain't never seen before. I'm finna make the water come out the sky. I'm gonna need you to build a boat or build an ark. They're like, what? And he goes and builds an ark. Everybody look at him like he's crazy. They want to condemn him. And that's a problem. A lot of us don't want to be condemned by our own people by doing something different than what they do or chastising them. But Noah told them, hey, this is what's finna happen. They've been told, the Most High told them, they ain't want to listen. Now, Noah, it's time for you to get away from these folk. He probably want to do it. He probably had a hell of a family. Cousins, think about it. Brothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, nephews, probably had grandkids, who knows, that didn't want to listen. Man, built that boat. He built that ark. People still looking at him crazy. And then he took on his family. And then he took on some animals. And then he shut himself away from the world. Separated himself from the destruction. From the people who was on the wrong code. Off code. And then down comes the rain. Not everybody wants to come in. And it's too late. We have to be the Noahs and Noah's wives and Noah's family that knew that what he was doing was right, because everybody else was just living foul. You can only do it so long, but then the Most High gonna be like, it's time to purge yourself. Like right now, if you look at the planet with all these crazy rains and crazy wildfires and stuff, the earth is gonna purge itself. It's just life. There's always cycles with everything. If you see the way the world is now, everything cycles itself. Everything that's natural. Grass die, it grows. Trees die, other trees pop up. You know what I'm saying? The rain comes, puts water on the ground, and then it evaporates. The sun comes, help the plants and the fruits and vegetables and livestock grow, and everything. It's just cycles. And you got man who's here trying to control the weather, trying to, build more and more houses, create more and more concrete, heating up the world. Yes, the world is heating up. People don't want to believe it, but man, look here. Why they want to control it? Because they know this earth. If this earth has been around as long as they claim it has, this sun gun ain't gonna lose. You can try to buy the Mars all you want to. This planet has been around for, they say, millions or billions of years. Please. That means we ain't the only people, we ain't the first people been here. That means Earth has done cleared out a lot of folk and a lot of animals over that time. And this don't mean just because we here that it's not gonna stop. Don't mean that it's gonna stop. Trust me. That's why you got these floods that come out of nowhere, like I say, and these wildfires that come out of nowhere. I mean, that's nature. Nature does it for a reason, to keep this planet right. So the planet ain't gonna lose. But anyway, I done went off on a whole nother tangent. Man, y'all tell me what y'all think about the story. Y'all tell me what y'all think about what I just said. Like I say, the code is where your loyalty gotta lie. Like I said, not with people. Cause man, we gonna disappoint each other. That's just what we do. We're gonna lie, we're gonna steal, we're gonna cheat, we're gonna kill. That's what we do. But if you stay on code and everybody stays on code with your people, that's what's gonna get us to where we need to be. But anyway, tell me what you think about the story. Tell me what you think about what I said. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace and I'll see you on the other side.